Welcome back to my channel. It's Rene Marcus. Thank you so very much for tuning in, and if you're new to my channel, please do me that favor and press that subscribe button. The Gambia is a country in West Africa. The Gambia is often referred to as the Smiling Coast. It is the smallest country within the mainland Africa and is surrounded by Senegal except for its western coast on the Atlantic Ocean. The Gambia is situated on both sides of the lower reaches of the Gambia River, the nation's namesake, which flows through the center of the Gambia and empties into the Atlantic Ocean. It has an area of 10,689 square meters with a population of over 2 million.
So today I decided to talk about the ongoing issues in my country, the Gambia. You guys know how much I love my country and I get all emotional when I talk about our country, but today I'm actually upset because I'm talking about the land issues, the ongoing land issues in my country, and I think this is something that has to stop. When I say this is something that has to stop, it has to stop because it has been going on for decades. What I'm going to do is tell you a bit of history, how this actually happened. The reason why I actually said I'm going to give you guys a little bit of the land history is because this has been going on and people need to know how this land issue actually started, because I think it's very important for you to actually know, because there's no point me telling you the issue right now if you actually do not know how it actually started. So let's just touch a bit about the history of the land issue. Years ago, in communities and villages, we had alcalos, and actually we still do have alcalos. Alcalos are chiefs. So chiefs that are actually voted to basically be the leader of an actual community or a village. So back in the days, this was like years ago, even before I was born, alcalos used to actually do the land transaction through word of mouth to allocate a land to a specific person, who that person will be the owner. So these things used to go on and on and on and on and on. And so what basically then happens is that during the raining season, the alcalo will then allocate lands to farmers just through the raining season between March to August. So once the raining season has actually finishes, the landowners would actually come back and take their lands back. This will then bring problems, a whole lot of mix up. So what I mean by this is that landowners would want their lands back, but this land was actually given to them by the alcalo through word of mouth. And that same alcalo will allocate these lands to these farmers just for them to farm, not to say that they have been given these lands permanently. When these landowners then go to the alcalo to report, the alcalo might not even remember that actual land, who it actually belonged to. This will then cause fights, arguments, mix up in the village or the community. After this, the government then implemented documentation paperwork. So instead of word of mouth transfers, the land transaction will then be documented, which basically means that there would be a record for each landowner, which will then be held by the alcalo. Even at that, there's still problems. After the rainy season, those lands that were allocated to farmers for them to relocate, once the rainy season has actually gone, some will leave but some will stay, and these people will fight back to say the land is ours. And when they actually go to the alcalo to actually find out who the land belongs to, the alcalo will then want to bring out documents to actually prove who the land actually belongs to. Sometimes they will find the documents, but most of the time, due to change of alcalos, or maybe that alcalo had actually passed away, this will then bring confusion and mix up. Or maybe through the change of alcalo, the paperwork were stolen or basically lost. It will then get dragged to court. But what can the court do? The court can't even do anything. The reason being it's because There's no paperwork. The alcalde wouldn't be able to actually say who the land belongs to, because that specific alcalde might not be the one that did the paperwork transaction, because that one had maybe passed away or retired. So this will then drag on. This will be an ongoing issue. This has been going on since after we had our independence in 18 February 1965. Even when we had our late leader, who was Sadauda Jawara, it then got worse when Yahya Jammeh took over. For 22 horrible years, he was basically ruling the country. It was still happening. It got even worse when Adama Barrow took over, our president right now. And this is a message to the government, the president. This has to stop. Do you know why this has to stop? The reason being is because more and more African diasporas are moving back to the Gambia. And there are more than 2 million people in the Gambia. And there's more coming. People that need lands. Gambians themselves that are living in the Gambia are having more and more and more kids. Not talking of the Gambians that are actually in the diaspora. And there are more and more cars in the country. If we talk about roads, okay, Adama Barrow is doing pretty well with the roads. But for instance, let's look at the capital city of Gambia, which is Banjul. Can you guys tell me, when you visited Gambia and went to Banjul, what did you see? And what were you expecting to see? Look at Rwanda. Look at Kenya. Oh wait, that's a bit too far. Let's talk about Senegal. Gambia is actually inside Senegal. A shopping mall in our capital city we do not have. What a shame. We only have the market. If you're going to Banjul, you're only going for the market. Maybe to see what State House looks like, where the president stays. What else is there? The craft market in Banjul is not even well organized. And these are the places tourists want to see, and our government can't even update that. What's there? Shopping mall, nothing. The only shopping mall I know of is the one at Tipagaras. There might be more in the Gambia, but I'm not been aware of it. Banjul, if you actually go there, when it's busy, it's hard to find car park. There's no car parks actually. You park by the roads, that's where you can park. But there's nothing like car parks where you can pay coins and park there and know that your car would be safe there. No, there isn't. And that's one of the simplest things we can actually do. The shopping mall I'm talking about, it's at Tipagaras. It's just a shop. It's basically a big shop that has mini shops inside. And the horrible things that I had about those shops, because my mom rented one of those. What's this? It's so disgraceful. It's not even an international standard. A small Gambia. Banjul, that is basically an island. We can build it within a year. Where's all the money going? The people that the government sit and said, vote for me and I'll make you guys happy. When we vote, the first thing that government will think about is to build a White House in their villages and forget about everything they promised us. Who would change? Maybe Halifa Saleh. And if you get to hear this message, can you please do us the favor, at least, to start planning street names, because we need it. There are no street names in Gambia except Banjul. But I'll come again for Banjul. Simple street name. If I was to direct someone or use a sat nav in Gambia, I can't, guys, because there isn't any street names. If I was to direct you or him or her, I would be directing someone like, go straight down. At the end of the road, there would be a red building. Turn right. Then go straight down and turn left. And then you will see some kids playing. And then turn or ask those kids, then they will tell you where my house is. That's how you'll be directing people in the Gambia. Because Serekunda, it's a town. Birkama, it's a town. Talinding, it's an area. Westfield is because of the health center that's there. But hey, wait, let me go back. Banjul has street names like Thomas Street, like Lancaster, Gloucester, McDonald. I don't even need to mention this because you guys already know where these names are coming from our colonizers. They built and marked those names there. That's why those names are still there. Because we can't do it ourselves. No, we can't do it ourselves. We are just laid back, waiting for others to come to the Gambia and basically start marking the road names for us. No, not this time. We need to have street names like Kunta Kinte Street. Let's go back to history. But what is all this? Gambia, the government can't even sketch the country. It's easy to sketch, to plan Gambia, so that we can implement things like clinics. In every single area, we need clinics. Government-owned clinics, not private-owned. How many people can afford to actually attend a private clinic? If you want to go to a good clinic, it's a private one. Why not the government create one for us, the locals? Parks for kids to play. Where is all that? Actually, let me tell you where all that is. Landowners are taking the advantage because African diasporas are coming back. Even lands that they don't own, they are selling them. Alcalos are selling lands that basically doesn't belong to them. Alcalos are selling lands to more than 3 or 4 people. And those alcalos are meant to be the middleman between the one that wants to purchase the land, the landowner, and the alcalo. But this is not happening. Not all the alcalos, some are straight, but most of these alcalos are not being trained to do the right job. And other people, like for instance Rene Marcus, if I wanted 20 by 20 and I said, okay, can you sell me this plot of land 20 by 20? The landowner will say, okay, I can sell you this, but make sure that you don't touch here, because here is actually for road. The government did not actually plan or sketch that road. It's the people themselves that will leave space for roads. I will say, okay, I will leave that side for roads. Once I've actually got my land, when I'm actually doing the fence around it, I will then steal extra 5 meters to have 25 meters by 20 meters. And I will see the same, oh, Rene Marcus just took extra 5 meters, but I thought that was for the road. Okay, then I'm gonna take another 5 meters too. And then the road will end up being so very small that even one car wouldn't even fit there. What is all this? Guys, this has to stop. The reason why I'm saying this has to stop is because not only the alcalos are actually doing this, but also the landowners. They are selling their lands to more than 1 person, more than 2 person, more than 3 person, and it keeps going on and on and on. It's not fair, because those people work so hard for their money and they don't deserve this. This takes me to my other topic that I want to talk about. People coming to the country buying 1,000 by 1,000 meters, 700 by 600 meters, 400 by 300 meters. It has to stop. Wait, I'm not done. It has to stop if you're actually purchasing such huge amount of land for your own personal use. because there's many of them in the Gambia. But if you're actually buying such a huge land to actually help the locals, help the country, that's acceptable. But every single landowner must be registered. And for you to buy such huge amount of land, you must have a plan already sketched. You must show that to the government and it must be authorized. If not, you're not having any of that 1,000 by 1,000 land you've basically dreamed of. It shouldn't happen. Gambia is small, guys. If everyone is coming to buy such a huge amount of land, not for public use or for industrial, to basically build car parks, for like maybe there's a shopping mall basically next to your land that you bought, or maybe you've bought it for nightclubs, restaurants, hotels, guest house, parks, gardens, places where people can benefit, then why should you have that land? Why? Guys, it's not fair for someone to buy such a huge land. Gambia is so small, just like I say. So if you're buying such a huge land, Rene Marcus is buying 1,000 by 1,000. Binta is buying 100 by 100 or more than that. How about Bakari that wants to buy 20 by 20 and other people? When they come, what's going to be there for them? Same goes to the people that are actually scamming our brothers and sisters. People that have worked so hard. It's not fair, and the government must do something about the people that fraud. The people that are actually selling land to more than 1 or 2 people, there should be a penalty for those people. Those people should be punished, hard punishment, to set an example for whoever is doing this scamming land business. It shouldn't happen. Anyone that comes with good intention must be paid with good intention. Our African brothers and sisters coming back home shouldn't be treated that way, because they worked hard. They've done so much to come back to the motherland, to actually invest and help a lot of people. So if you're actually there scamming people to take their money and not give them a land, or giving them a land that you know that land actually belongs to more than 1 or 2 people, it's wrong, and you must be punished for it. Let's fight this. Let's do this together, and we must win. We must respect the African diaspora, our brothers and sisters coming back. If they respect us, shows us that love, we must pay it back to them. Because if we don't, our names will be going. They will go and tell so and so and so people, don't go to Gambia, because this is what I've been through. And we don't want that, because our country is known as the smiling coast of Africa. When you come, you must smile, and when you're leaving, you must smile. So let's respect them. Please, I'm begging you. Why can't the government sketch parks in every single area like Talinding, Bakau, Serekunda, Lamin, Bilkama, so that kids can have somewhere to go and play? People can basically go out with their family on a trip to a big, massive shopping mall. We can have beautiful gardens, beautiful car parks. These are so many easy things. Even if we don't actually have the money, the fund to do this, they can leave the marks there. If anyone comes to our country, they will say, Gambia is poor, but the country is beautiful and organized. Look at SENEGAMBIA. It's the hot spot in the Gambia. If you have not been to SENEGAMBIA as a tourist, you've not been anywhere in the Gambia. You want to go there daytime? It's horrible. These are so many easy things that the government can do. But what are they doing? My question goes to the Ministry of Land. What are you guys doing? If Senegal can do it, then Gambia should be able to do it. Please, I can't do this alone, but I need your help. Guys, pass this message, because we need to stand up and fight for this. It needs to stop, and it must stop right now. This is the issues that has been going on in the Gambia regarding land and the development in the Gambia. You hear a lot of people saying, oh, the government, this is what we've planned to do for the country. This is what we've planned to do. We've been hearing this for God knows how many years. 25 years ago? Still now, nothing.
If the way forward to minimize land disputes in the Gambia, a trusting collaboration between the national and local governments of Gambia and international governmental organizations could assist in streamlining the land allocation and transfer system. Alcalos should undergo more rigorous training and testing, including ethics training and processing land transaction documents. The United Nations Development Programme should institute an Alcalos ethics training through their support to access to justice for the poor program. This program can actually be designed to support the implementation of the alternative dispute. And also, a uniform record keeping system could ensure rightful owners obtain their land for the time indicated on their lease. Area council can actually come together to implement this task, but however, lack of electricity and technology can be a challenge when instituting an electronic record keeping system. Therefore, a uniform manual process could be implemented. Right guys, thank you so very much for tuning in today. This is the end of my video, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you so very much for tuning in today, and thank you for liking. Please make sure you do like. Well, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to share to all your social media platforms, and don't forget to subscribe as well. Please tell me what you think about this video by commenting down below, and also tell me what you would like me to talk about on my next video. Thank you so very much for tuning in, and you guys already know that I love you. So stay safe for now, and I'll see you on my next video. Goodbye.